G'day mate, my name's JD, I am a content creator over on YouTube and Twitch, and today I'd like to introduce the special guest, Jace from Coffee Stain Studios, who occasionally I help with programming. How are you going?
I'm doing well. How's it going, JD?
Good. I very much appreciate the shout out. I didn't expect it shipping over some Milo. I was just happy to help another Australian out.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate that. And as soon as I got it, I was like, because what I wanted to do was show everyone in the office how to do it. And then I thought it would be hilarious to just put it in an update video. Yep. So there it was, and I had to shout you out for that, give you credit for the Milo.
Look, very much appreciate it. I also love the fact that I became the scapegoat for the whole release being pushed back a couple of days.
That was the real reason.
Yeah. Well, it leads me to my next question. So, I sent Milo to delay the April update. Do I have to send Tim Tams to delay the May update?
Tim Tams work.
Okay.
Tim Tams work. The only problem with Tim Tams is there's no preparation time, So you're going to have to send a lot of Tim Tams. Vegemite, yeah, it'll kill me, and then we'll have to delay it. That works too.
Okay. See, look, that's what we're going to do. We're just going to push the May update all the way back.
Yep.
What can you tell us? Because, it's the 30th here. It's 10:30 p.m. on the 30th in Australian time. So as far as I'm concerned, I should already be playing the update. Screw international time zones and everything else.
Right.
What can you tell us? Because this video will be going out tomorrow, my daytime, which means hopefully it's hit the store unless you've had another delay.
Yeah. I'm still eating the Milo, So I what will be in there should be out already, so I can say some things. I know that there's a buttload of small updates and fixes, a lot of things, but then there's a few new features as well. I believe Sulfur and was it Quartz, I think, is going to be in.
Are both confirmed in a patch. Oh, here we go. Update 1, end of April. Quartz research chains and Sulfur research chains, along with the Conveyor Lift, which I'm both excited about and dreading.
Why is that? You have to refactor your factory?
I, in my infinite wisdom, built my whole factory up in the air, in the biome. I can't remember what it's called. It's the third one, I think, in the start menu that has the biomass everywhere, and it's built up above the trees, built on the cliffs.
Oh yeah.
And consequently, everything is scaled and spiraled up to get up all the resources up to the factory. And Twitch chat loves it. I've fallen off the stackable conveyor poles I don't know how many times.
Okay.
We've actually got a command in Twitch that's add fall, and as of last night, I'm up to 110 falls and about 20 plus confirmed deaths from falling off the factory.
Well, that is fantastic. I want to say congratulations.
Yeah. Accidentally falling to your death too many times. I don't know whether I get a congratulations for that, but I'll take it. So the conveyor lifts, I don't know. How do they work? Can you tell us that much?
I actually don't know. I have been so busy with community management stuff that I've not been able to see a lot of things with the development. But from what I understand, you just attach a conveyor belt to them, and whatever goes on there lifts up, and then you attach a conveyor belt on the other side.
Okay.
Simple as that.
I assume they work much like a stackable conveyor pole, that they just whack one on one another till you get to the height you
That's one detail I'm not 100% sure of, but I believe that is how they are. That's from what I understand.
I'm just going to guess it that way. I really hope they don't use power, because that'd be tragic. Needing one of those to get your fuel up, to then find out you run out of power and then your fuel doesn't go up anymore.
Exactly. And then there's the Explorer. That's coming as well.
Oh, the Explorer's going to finally come. Does it drift properly? Because I have had no luck getting anything to drift.
Yeah, so the two vehicles that are out, so the little tractor, that thing doesn't drift at all.
Okay.
The functionality isn't even on that.
Oh, okay.
And there is slight drifting on the truck, plus the rear wheels counter steer. But the Explorer is all about drifting and all about being fun, all about getting around the map well. It even has the ability to sort of climb weird rocky surfaces as well. So yeah, it is as the name suggests, and I think it's going to be the fun vehicle that a lot of people are just going to take out and enjoy themselves on.
Okay, so first thing you need to do is go get the Explorer, little dune buggy, head over to Dev Island, take lots of stuff to eat to keep the hit points up, and go around the half pipe. It's a half pipe over there, or a quarter pipe? Quarter pipe.
Wait, what?
That
should be coming. That we gotta add quarter pipes though, right?
There's a I want to say I'd have to bring up a Satisfactory Maps, and hopefully I'll do that when I do the edit and post-production. But there's definitely a little island that you can access that's outside the map boundary that you take lots of damage, and yes, over there there's a lovely grassy area that's nice and steep, and yeah, you can get some good drifts on that.
Okay. There you are. Well, you can take the Explorer, and I reworked the drifts, and they feel pretty nice now. The kind of functionality that I was going for when I made it as well is that it's the whole like it has like a higher skill ceiling. So if I give someone else here the Explorer to drift, like they'll drift, but if I take it and drift, it's gonna be some Tokyo Drift kind of bullshit. Okay. So yeah, it's quite fun in that regard.
I'm looking at the map now, trying to work out where it is. It's and that's the problem. Do we get better maps, Jace? Do we get better maps?
You will get maps. You will get a map in this update.
Oh, I do. Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. So we've had maps. We've had that functionality forever, but it's a thing that you unlock.
Okay.
So.
Because I can never admit to ever getting completely lost and having no way home. Even with the little
that happens to me all the time.
Even with the little home on the radar, it doesn't really help.
Yeah.
So yeah, I want to say it's from the Green Plains starting zone. It's either directly south. There's a little island that you have to build across to.
Okay.
Or it's directly. Oh, hang on. Doesn't have proper north, south, east, west. Whatever. It's either directly one direction or it's directly towards the waterfalls. There's an island over off the edge of the map, and yeah, early access weekend. Me and another streamer went and jumped on there and went for a drive, and found out that we'd gone over the edge of the map because we took damage if we got out of the vehicles. As long as we stayed in, we were perfectly fine.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think the vehicles are kind of good like that.
Yeah, it was definitely handy, and we were playing around for I don't know how long until one of us worked out that we were slowly dying and the vehicles were about to explode. Always a good start. So we've got maps, we've got the Explorer, we've got the 2 new tech trees, and drifting finally works. So we got nuclear and aluminium coming in May, hopefully.
Yeah.
Along with the trains finally.
Yeah, I hope so.
Well, you said you've been flat out being a community manager, which is I can sort of understand. Because being the way I am, YouTube and everything else, the amount of weird and wonderful messages I get, and I'm nowhere near a size of Coffee Stain Studios, and I bet your inbox is full 24/7, with lots of strange requests.
Yeah.
Have you had anybody requesting that you ship them the Milo?
No one has requested that, and there's no fucking hope that I would do such a thing. Absolutely not at all. Mine now.
I ask because I've had people ask me to ship it to them. I've had people tell me to, where do they get it from online? I'm like, Amazon Australia, maybe. I have no idea. I don't even know whether you're allowed to ship food products overseas, but we'll ignore that fact.
I mean, if I wanted to do that, like to save some money and to save Milo, I could put like a bit of it in a bag and then send it. But then at the same time, it's a brown powdery substance in a bag. Yeah. I don't think that's going to reflect well on security.
No, as long as you don't put a return address, you'll be perfectly fine.
Yeah, or put it on Simon's return address.
Oh, that's a better idea.
Yeah, see? Oh, yes.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
Because, I had somebody tell me I did it completely wrong. And actually, you did it completely wrong in the video. You should have burrowed out a spot in the middle of the tin and poured the milk in.
Yeah,
just drink it from the tin.
That's good. I'm so sorry.
That's extreme.
I've clearly not been in Australia for a while.
Yeah, obviously. Well,
yeah.
You've been overseas for, I want to say, 10 years.
7 years now.
Oh, close.
Almost 8 years.
Okay. So we've got.
So it's been a while. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's still here. Everything still wants to kill you. Just in case you're curious.
Well, I'll stay over here then.
Nothing's changed. Right. So we've got maps, we've got the Explorer, we've got a couple of new tech trees. Do we get explosives? That's my number one thing. I want to get rid of all those rocks.
Yeah, I think so. If I remember correctly. Sorry, I can't be too exact on things.
That's all right.
I'm sorry about that. Again, just because I've been out of the loop a little bit. But yeah, I'm pretty sure you get explosives so that you can destroy those rocks.
Okay, finally. And
I believe that's what the sulfur is for.
Yeah, sulfur and coal are sort of the two main ingredients in explosives. And it's just like those rocks.
Why do you know that? The hell?
Because I'm Australian.
Blowing up the spiders? Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's my next question. Can we use them to blow up the spiders?
I don't know. Maybe. I'm not sure. I don't really know how the explosives are working.
Can that be added to the list of things to do for the May patch?
Well, are you afraid of the spiders?
It's really good. I love Satisfactory. I love what it is in the game. I've played so much Factorio, and Factorio, I really just build. I build as I need to build, and it ends up a horrible spaghetti mess, and that's perfectly fine.
Mm-hmm.
Satisfactory, I had two separate bases. One for YouTube, which was a horrible spaghetti mess. I had normal belts, the little stands on them, sitting on top of a normal belt because your game let me, so I decided to run with it. Along with, the conveyor poles stopping on the top of buildings, stopping on storage containers. I found out I could park them on the power receiver for a constructor. So they go there as well because that was a legitimate spot. Let's go for it. And then I had a separate one on Twitch, which everything is in neat straight rows and perfect and everything else. And
bipolar or something.
Yeah, very, very, very. And Satisfactory, everything has to be neat straight rows. The YouTube series of spaghetti actually really got to me now. I started cleaning things up, and I'm like, I've spent 5 times as long cleaning it up as just building it in the first place.
Just getting your life together. Good.
Yeah. It was a horrible addiction, and that's my biggest thing. Your Factorio has stolen so much of my time, and now Satisfactory's out, and it's Factorio in 3D, as we all know, and it is stealing thousands and thousands. Well, I think I'm up to 300 hours in Satisfactory.
Oh, wow. Wow, and that's impressive.
We've found out how to up the player count, so we've had 7 players in a multiplayer game so far.
Oh, okay.
Without
and how did that go?
Actually, no issues whatsoever. And hosted on Australian internet of all things.
What? Okay, well that's really cool.
I'd up the player limit to 16, but I couldn't find 16 people available to jump on at the same time. So we got to 7 or 8.
That's fantastic.
So, yeah, the next step is 16, and then 32, and then the game explodes, right?
Yeah,
I think so. Or my computer.
Yeah, just go for it anyway, but I'm not responsible.
Tell us about what's coming in May.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully the trains. I don't know. We hadn't worked on them for a very long time because we wanted to focus on getting other things tighter. And we were like, all right, we have to just commit to not having trains for a while so that we can, focus on our resources on other things. But they should be coming along. I'm not sure if we've added other features in terms of how the train stops and whatnot works. But that's probably going to be discussed and updated as we go. But apart from that, I don't know of anything beyond what's on the roadmap.
Okay.
Again, I'm not so the way things are here is every department has a lot of their work to do. So the designers, they're doing their thing and whatever, and we still work between departments where necessary. But it's such a big game, and there's so much going on that it's incredibly likely, or it's most likely, that you have no idea what other people are working on, even if you're focused on the game. We have end of sprint updates, and that's when we show off what everyone's been doing, so everyone can be like, oh, okay, you've been doing this. Everyone has their heads right down working on what they're doing. So it gets like this, and then me as a community manager doing non-development things at all, then I'm just completely out of the loop. So I'm not sure what else is coming in May. I know of a few things that will happen that will be announced, just kind of update things that will be announced probably at the end of May.
Tease any of these now?
Well, I'm not sure if I can say. There is a chance, right? There's a chance that there'll be a change to the schedule of how we update things,
Okay.
and the reason for that is just so that we can get better content in, essentially.
Okay.
So
change for the positive, more updates, or
yeah, for the positive. Like
okay.
I think. We don't. Okay, so we don't know this for sure. All right,
Yeah.
I have no idea if I'm about to get fired, but I just need to preface by saying we absolutely don't know this for sure. But there's a chance that we may make bigger updates just kind of more sparse and just leave smaller bug fixes. And the reason for this is because we find with 1 month turnaround, we essentially can't. It is tight, and like we can do it, but if we want to do features bigger than what we're adding right now, we can't squeeze that into a month.
Yeah.
It's very hard. Sometimes we need more months to get like a really big feature in, and it's hard for us to work on a little chunk at a time of a big feature. So maybe the schedule and the way we do updating is going to change in the future.
Yeah. When I first saw the roadmap, I'm like, okay,
Yep.
They've probably got most of the stuff in April worked out, and it was probably in the early access alpha that you guys were testing with. And the May update with the nuclear and aluminium was probably base coded in and had no real testing done on it. Because I was expecting quarterly updates right from square one.
Right. Interesting. Okay. That's interesting to hear what people sort of expected in terms of that.
I've followed lots of games through early access. I've followed lots of developers through early access. I'm quite used to seeing updates once a quarter. For major updates with like bug fixes and everything else, whenever they fit them in. But yeah, I wasn't expecting monthly updates for big pieces of content.
And it may be that that's unsustainable. But we haven't done an early access before, and so we're doing this now and we're figuring it out as we go, and we're clearly the kind of company that just figures things out as we go. We don't even know what content's coming after May. But I think it's the best way to go because we have to be reactionary to what's going on. Sometimes priorities change based on community feedback, or we just didn't get the thing done right. So I think it's more important that we have these shorter term plans. Well,
it's so Satisfactory exploded, and we can all agree that it went way larger than probably even you guys were hoping and dreaming. And then prior to that, you
only sold 9 copies though.
9 copies. I understand. Epic Store, nobody wants it. Which I've had so many different people pop up in my Twitch chats and YouTube comments like, no. I'm not installing it because it's on Epic. I'm like, wait 12 months. I have no complaints with Epic. Everything Epic has been blamed for right now. Steam did when it was 5 years, 5, 10 years, 10, 12 years ago when it first started. So, bad luck. Wait 12 years for Epic to be as mature as what Steam is. But if you don't touch it for 12 years, it probably won't be there and we're still stuck with Steam.
It'll probably catch up quicker even, since Steam had to figure things out by themselves, right? But now Epic has things to reference.
Yeah, Epic has things to reference from both Steam and all the other different launches out there. Because let's be honest, there's somebody went through in my Discord and actually named all of them, and there was like 14 of them, some of which I'd never heard of, and I'm like, okay, wow. That's massive. But you guys have done Satisfactory, which exploded. You've done Goat Simulator, which exploded after the fact. You guys released it and it took off.
Because we didn't really do any marketing for that, because I think at the time it was just kind of like let's put it on YouTube and see what happens. And then boom.
Yeah, and that had DLCs which are done after the fact. You've got a game, it's happy, you spend whatever time working on the DLC and you're like, we're happy with this, let's ship it, and if people buy it, great. If people don't buy it, well, we either do another DLC or we move on to something else like Satisfactory. And then you did Sanctum and Sanctum 2, which I didn't realise I'd played a lot of Sanctum back in the day. And I had no idea it was actually your game, or even what it was called, because back then, to be honest, I borrowed my brother's Steam account and his whole PC to play it, because my PC wouldn't run Sanctum back then. Yeah, it was back at a horrible time when I was running I'd have to say a Celeron CPU, but let's leave that there. And yeah, I played a lot of Sanctum back then, and I'm now on the bandwagon of Where's Sanctum 3.
Oh no.
It was such a good game.
Did you?
Such a good game.
Sanctum 2 was fantastic. That's honestly one of the reasons why I'm even working at Coffee's thing. That's what like blew my mind, and I was like, now I'm really interested in these developers. But as for the Sanctum 3 thing, I don't know if you had noticed back when, probably not, but before Satisfactory was released.
You did 12 months, almost 12 months to the day of Satisfactory being released. You did an earlier YouTube video where you hinted that you were doing another game that started with the letter S. And everybody asked, is it Sanctum 3? Is it Sanctum 3? Yeah. And
it started with SA, and then I blurred the rest. And before that, in the Steam library, it said Sanctum 2, SA something. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that video. I'm like, oh wow, Jace started trolling people a year ago about Satisfactory. That's amazing.
Well, I think one of the reasons why there's a lot of people that take things, they kind of getting upset at my trolls recently. I think we've gotten a lot of new people following on Twitter or on Discord or whatever, because things are just continually blowing up.
Yes.
And I think they just haven't been around.
They haven't been around to go through the Jace trolling curve, because it's not a learning curve, it's a trolling curve. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And this is the same procedure as I remember when I did a Q&A and people asked how much the game was, and I said it was $300 a month subscription, but you get V-Gems. A lot of people believed that. They didn't know that I joked. And so this has been happening since then. There's just more people now. Yeah. So I find that to be very funny, especially with the 9 copies thing.
It's so funny. So I'm Australian, so I 110% understand the humour.
Yeah.
But then when I stream on Twitch and that sort of stuff, unless there are other Australians viewing, which there aren't that many, it's normally US, UK, just because of the time zones I stream at.
Yeah.
I can't let that humour out because people really don't get it. But here in Australia, it's like, you have no guarantee that anything coming out of my mouth is either true or bullshit. You've got no idea, and that's just how we roll, and that's perfectly fine. So I wanted to ask, being the biggest Satisfactory troll out there, I know some parts of the community hate it. Do you find you have a core group that love it?
Oh, we have a lot of people who love it. Oh, absolutely. The majority of feedback, the majority of everything that we do is absolutely positive.
Okay.
It's huge. Like, even if you look at, I can see this from every single social media site / platform. But, you could look at YouTube even. And even on videos where people are kind of annoyed, I did Milo and I didn't have much info or whatever, or and even in the middle of like a shitstorm of piracy or 9 copies sold, the video still gets 85%, 90% likes to dislike ratio, and then across Twitter again, a lot of love, Discord a lot of love, Facebook a lot of love, and the other thing is a lot of love comes through DMs. I get a lot of lovely DMs. I get hardly any shitty DMs. So most people are absolutely positive, and I feel super good and super happy with this community. And then one thing just quickly about the people not getting the jokes. So some people don't get the joke because like the 9 copies joke, because they just want it to be true. But then there's a lot of people who... I saw that one. Yep. Yeah. There's a lot of people who don't get the joke just because they're gullible. And then there's people who don't get the joke maybe because of lost in translation. And I kind of feel a little bit bad when those people don't get the joke, because, they're not mean-spirited people. They just didn't get it. And I get some DMs from people who say, is it true that you only got 9 copies? Because I really like this game and it makes me sad if it doesn't do well. And I just die on the inside. To those people, no, it's just a joke. It's just a joke. We're doing great. It's okay. I'm so glad you care, but we're doing fine. So it's like, it's a kind of a mixed thing with the jokes. For the most part, people are really well intended, or they get it. So
I love the memes you guys roll back and forth. I love the fact that you comment as yourself on your own posts on the Twitter. It's all that sort of stuff that I love, but I have seen so many complaints around the place of I love the game. I love the studio. I can't stand the CM, and I'm like, just need to get Australian humour. That's all you need to do.
Yeah. No, but it's also the whole, when if you get like 1,000 positive comments and one negative one, you focus on the negative one, right? And this is that. No, and then combined with the fact that people who are upset are more likely to comment. It's just gonna happen.
Yeah.
And for the most part, people do like it or are indifferent. That is just how it is right now. When I take a look across the whole community, so I'm not too bothered.
Like I said, it's. I love the humor. I love the updates. I'd love to see more live streams of more of the studio popping in. Because you had one with you, Hannah, and Snip. That was it. He cut his hair. Yeah, he cut his hair. And it confused me for such a long time. And then somebody said he looks like what's his name from Vsauce? Yeah, and I'm like, yes, he does. He does.
Yeah, he really does.
So yeah, it was great seeing the three of you get together and doing like an open Q&A. Again, time zones didn't catch it because I think it came out like 4 a.m. my time. And I'm now, after going back and rewatching the video, I'm now on the hunt for the pipe that Hannah showed off during her live stream. It's hidden underground somewhere. I need to find it because there's pipes in Satisfactory somewhere underground.
Sure, man.
No idea. I've been playing with the debug options after stumbling on them the other day.
All right.
And found out that I'm pretty sure that I'm actually maxing out my brand new i9 9900K CPU and not the graphics card, which is horrible because I don't even have computers or supercomputers set up yet. So yeah.
Well, you gotta buy the new hardware DLC.
Not download more RAM or download more CPU.com?
No, just pay us. Don't worry.
Oh, okay. I pay you more, you optimize it more, I get to build a bigger factory. Excellent. That's the plan.
Something like that, yeah. But yeah, I have been poking, like I have like a chat channel, Slack channel rather, with people who are willing to do dev streams, and I poke them often, and I think we're going to get more soon. It's often that they people are like, I don't know if what I'm going to be doing is interesting, but I try and remind them that you can be doing anything and people will love it, right? Because they get to interact with you and they get to see something. I mean, in Hannah's one, I convinced her to do it, and in Hannah's one, she was placing rocks.
Yes.
That's the most boring thing you could do. People loved it because they've not seen the engine before, or they just want to talk to Hannah,
And we got a chance to look around the map before the game was released. And actually, that's something I want to ask. Like, I've noticed there's large parts of the map that are just blank. There's just grass or just painted on grass. There's no trees, there's no foliage. So obviously there's still map work to be done. If we accidentally have built a factory through that area already,
right?
Can you tell us what may or may not happen?
Yeah. So I don't know if there is going to be map work done there or not, but maybe. And I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, your buildings will be there. Production will continue. Whether you can reach any storage containers or your buildings, I have no idea. Okay. None of the buildings, power poles, nothing. No, I assume none of that will disappear.
Okay. You just might happen to come back and find out you've got a tree poking through the middle of your manufacturer. Yep. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. Or if the terrain has changed magically for some reason, well, it's underground now.
Okay. Future plan: build the whole factory underground. Okay, done.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing. The game, the tagline is, what is it? Stay efficient?
Yeah.
Okay.
Stay effective?
Stay effective, that's it. Yeah. And I thought there was another one, keep efficient, stay efficient somewhere in there?
Maybe. Be efficient, stay effective, maybe.
Yeah, I think that's...
I work here. I swear to God, I work here.
Hang on. Launch Satisfactory. I'm sure it's at the opening screen. Stay effective. No. I'm sure there was efficiency mentioned somewhere. Maybe it's when you're going through the new game little screen tutorial thing. Right?
Get to work and stay effective? I don't know. I think
that's something like that. I don't know. Yeah. But I wanted to ask, you being one of the actual devs at Coffee Stain, what is your definition of efficient? Having the least amount of machines possible, the least amount of resources possible to have X output, the least amount of power used. We need somebody to make an arbitrary decision as what is efficient.
I never thought of it this way, and now that you've mentioned it, like, holy shit, there are many ways to determine what efficient is. But the thing that I've always thought of in my mind is building efficiency. 100% efficiency on your buildings. 100% that's what always stuff. Yeah, like, so whatever your production is, it's happening at 100% efficiency. Okay. That's what was in my mind. But now that I think about it, I'm like, you know what? It could be how quickly do you get things done, you know? Like the time running around, you know, you need to be efficient. You need to get as much done in as little time. And that includes just even the beginning of building things. Even if things like your buildings aren't efficient, you're getting resources early. So yeah.
But
I don't know.
You say having the buildings run 100%. If I underclock it to 50%, but it's running all the time, is that still efficient?
Yeah, well, that's a good point, huh?
Yeah, and then I raise the question once more. Like, if I get the whole base to run off one biomass generator, is that more efficient than somebody needing like 5 nuclear reactors to run that base?
I feel like it's not, and the reason is because in terms of using resources on the planet, you're free to exploit the hell out of the planet.
Yeah.
So there's no reason to run off one biomass burner.
But I'd have to run 1,000 smelters at 1% underclock to have enough iron plate to come out to run one constructor making screws. You know. That is if you're terrible at the game. Yeah. No? I think getting a whole base to run off one biomass generator being limited to 20 megawatts is pretty efficient. Yeah, maybe not effective for your time, but definitely efficient.
But you got to think of from whose perspective this is, and it's from Fixit, Caterina Park's, perspective. If Fixit's perspective, they're a company and they have given you a goal. Efficiency is you have to get that goal as quickly as possible.
Well, we haven't had any storyline being given to us, apart from we can email the Fixit servers, and some people are lucky enough to get a reply, which I assume is manual, and it's when people are on coffee break and they're bored at work, they can go and send off 50 or 30 replies at once.
Yeah, maybe.
Because I have seen some interesting replies end up on Reddit. But we haven't had any more of the actual storyline, apart if you stand near the work in progress stones, they talk and say interesting things if you stand near enough. So when are we going to have more storyline?
I don't know. That is interesting, because that's, of all the things, that's one of the things I would want most in a game.
It is. It's one of the things I will want as well.
I'm quite certain that, a lot of the narrative functionality has been built, but that assumes, who knows, like as we start including it in the game, we may find that there are new features that we have to actually make to get things going well. But soon, I guess. I assume. Oh, you know what? I this is my guess. Mm-hmm. All right, my guess is it's going to be done when the space elevator can be completed. That's what I think.
Which is not the next update for.
No.
So the next update's what, tier 6 and or 7?
Yeah, something like that.
And then we've got a tier. It stops at tier 9, doesn't it?
I think it stops at tier 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It looked like there's a gap for a 9 that hasn't been filled out yet. So I was assuming, and hoping to trick you that you might tell me that there's a tier 9.
Nope. Well, it might be. I feel like I'm going to be disappointing your viewers. I feel like I can't answer your questions well enough.
That's all right. It just means I've got to push the video out as right now and have it released as soon as possible to get all the hype out before the actual update comes. Because the
update comes in like 3 hours.
Okay, so I'm editing this video tonight. There you go. This is why JD doesn't sleep. It also means that now I have to set an alarm to get up in 3 hours to hit the update button to download the whole game again, to play the whole game. Yep, loading the saves.
Oh god.
Yeah, JD doesn't sleep. That's fine.
People You guys are so passionate. It's unreal. Like,
Yeah. Like, the game has been. I've clocked 10,000 hours in Factorio, and
whoa.
I'm still playing Factorio. I still love Factorio. Satisfactory has a lot of the good points from Factorio, not all of them. I need logistics robots, Jace. I need logistics robots. I need blueprinting. They need to come. I understand they both have limitations, and we're not going to get into that this conversation, maybe a future one. But yeah, it has a lot of the good parts of Factorio, and it also brings in the whole three-dimensional element, which just vastly changes the game. And the exploration. I describe it to anybody who's new that asks. I ask, have they ever seen or played Astroneer? Astroneer has like 30% base building and 70% exploration, or 70% base building and 30% exploration. Satisfactory is the same.
Yeah.
It has.
Yeah.
You need a little bit of base at the very core of it. You can just build a little bit of base and have one machine into one machine into one machine to make your one output. And it can run as slow as hell, and you can just go off and explore for 40 minutes.
Yeah. And I think that's also why it appeals to people as well, because there are people who aren't really, factory sim people. That you can make the shittiest factory in the world, but it works. And if you're not really good at factory games, that's an achievement for you. You feel good when you do that. But then at the same time, to rope those people in, it seems like the exploration focus, an aspect of the game, has really done that. And I think that's really awesome, because there are so many people who haven't played factory games who are now playing a factory game. And I think they wouldn't have if it wasn't for the 3D aspect and the exploration aspect being... what's the word I'm looking for?
Just the whole 3D.
Required.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is the exploration that makes up a large percentage of the game. I know I needed to get 50 supercomputers to get to the jetpack, and rather than building some sort of automation to craft them, I got plastic running and said, that box will fill up in 20 minutes. Going to put down a second box just in case, and we're going to go for a quick explore. I came back an hour and a half later and regretted not putting down 5 boxes. And then used like half a box to handcraft computers, which was frustrating, but it got the job done. And I went and had an explorer and didn't die, or maybe I did. I can't remember. There's so many deaths involved.
I always die.
Yeah.
But see, then that's another thing. Is when I play online with friends, they're much better than me at making factories. So then I'm like, I'm going to go get resources, and I just go for a runaround, and I have a great time doing that.
Yeah,
I really enjoy doing that by myself, and I feel like I'm helping because I am. When I bring back power slugs and all that stuff, they're like, oh, cool. And then we use them.
We, as I said, we set up multiplayer, and we did, I think the multiplayer save has 12 hours in the save.
Okay.
And we're just at the point of getting computers automated.
Whoa. Okay.
So we've played through like almost the whole game in 12 hours with 2 to 8 players. And yeah, people go off and explore, and one of the guys went off to Doggo Beach and came back with 15 doggos, because why not? I found out doggos because I've been to Doggo Beach myself. I went and put all my doggos in a nice little pen, we're going to call it a pen, not a cage, back at the base.
Yep.
And then went back out to Doggo Beach the other day accidentally because I got completely lost, and found out that all the doggos had respawned and I didn't have any berries. So there's going to be another trip out for another 15 doggos or so, and bring them back and put them in the same pen, and I'm gonna have a doggo army in the end. That's the plan.
We got to do something about the doggos. You're like, even tell them to like stay, things like that.
Well, they do wander off, and they do accidentally die, I found out.
They love to jump off cliffs, from what I've seen.
Yes, and if you really don't like them, build your base up in the sky and wait for them to follow up, and then deconstruct the concrete slab underneath them. That makes them go away.
Holy fuck. What is wrong with you?
I was watching another streamer who you recently retweeted a couple of his tweets.
Sure, man. Sure. I'm calling the police.
Yeah. No, do not watch the Twitch clips. There was some accidental doggo mistreatment in a couple of Twitch clips, so it's fine. It's nothing.
Accidental.
Yeah.
I don't believe you at all.
It's fine. I went to Doggo Beach. I came back and happened to run across a green spitter. I ran away, and the doggos mostly followed.
Oh.
Mostly.
Okay. Mostly.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think we're going to have to end this here because it's been far too long. And
Yeah.
I know I could talk about Satisfactory all night. I'm willing to bet you could talk about Satisfactory for half the night. And better off you get paid to do so.
This is true.
But I need to go edit this video and then obviously stay up another 3 hours, Jace said, to download the new update.
You don't have to do that. So yeah, it's like 2 hours and 40 minutes now. Is when it's supposed to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we can watch Epic servers melt because everybody gets the download at the same time. And
Yeah.
has to
All 9 people.
Yeah, I like it's 9 people. I've got ultra fast Australian internet. It'll take me no less than 48 hours to re-download the whole game. It's fine.
Awesome. Oh god.
All right.
It'll take me like 20-30 minutes.
I think the first time I downloaded it, it took 30 minutes. I think. I don't know. I can't remember.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, paying for all the perks here in Australia. So thank you so much, Jace, and I guess I hope to do this again.
Yeah, of course, anytime.
Excellent.
And next time, maybe I'll prepare more.
That's all right. I'll prepare more too, because we exchanged emails, and then you're like, yeah, anytime suits you, and I hit you up on Discord. I'm like, I'm here, any chance now, zero preparation on both behalves, and you're like, yeah. Sure, that works. Yeah. This is how we roll in Australia.
Yeah, I guess it shows.
It does. It does. Like if you want carefully planned and scripted content, go watch an American or an Englishman or anybody else but an Australian. Australians, we just roll by the seat of our pants. Like this is how.
But next time, if you have some questions, you can send them to me. I'll research them and then we can wing it. But I'll be able to answer your questions.
I wrote 3 questions. April was delayed with Milo, Tim Tams for May, and what's the new release, and what tidbits can you tell us before it hits the store? That's it. That was the 3 questions I wrote down beforehand.
That was 4 questions, but 2 of which were food. Cool.
Well, 1 was combined, so yeah, okay, we'll give it that. All right. Thank you so much, Jace, and
yeah, no worries.
I guess I'll see everybody in like not many hours when the new Satisfactory drops and we go play with not nuclear fuel rods, but maybe a June buggy. Yes.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.
Had a great time.
Bye.
Bye. So I don't know how to get this in so that it'll feel natural, when you splice it up.
I won't. I'll literally put it at the end of the video. And
oh, okay. Yeah, cool, cool.
Like, we're done. That's it. Fade to black. And...
Yeah. Okay, so, but what I can do is all the things that I said. Okay, hello, viewers. Sorry, I messed up. I just checked the patch notes to make sure I could actually give some concrete information. But yes, the Conveyor Lift. Yes, Quartz research. Yes, the Explorer. Yes, Map. Yes, Sulfur. And then one thing that we didn't say, and there's more than all of this, but I'll give you one more little thing, is you get a rifle.
Oh! Okay, I've seen the rifle.
So a new weapon.
I've seen the rifle. It's a 4-shot rifle.
Yeah?
4-shot reload rifle.
Wait. Yeah. It's not in the game, is it? You couldn't use it, could you? This is new, yeah? Or
somebody's got some hack copies of the game on YouTube with nuclear power plants and this and that and
okay.
Stuff.
So this is an automatic rifle. That's the one you've seen. But,
yeah, 4-shot rifle.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Can I get a copy of patch notes by any chance?
You cannot.
Thank you guys for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed this video. I know it's a little bit longer than a normal video, but it was really nice to have a zero preparation conversation back and forth with Jace and find out some of the new tidbits that have now been released because the experimental update is now out. Yes, it's taken me over 3 hours to edit this together, along with finding out some of the new tidbits that are in the patch notes and some of the other updates that are coming with Satisfactory. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Alright, bye!